that is. It's a decent chunk. Now that's a different kind of metal. This is quite away from the wing. The wing is there. This is quite a bit further down. Looks a bit more substantial, the metal in this. Another chunk. There's more down here. It's right down this hillside. Some more big, oh, there's a lot of it here. Oh, there's heaps of it. There's heaps of plane here. Look, here's part of another cylinder. Look at that. Wow. That's part of another cylinder or whatever. There's more frame. More bits all down there, all through here. All into here. Oops. I'm standing on some bit. Here. Look at that. Oh, that's a strong supporting bit. Look at that. There is heaps of it here, more than I thought there was going to be, because I've got a lot of it over here, and there's a lot above me on this other ridge, so it's spread out over a large area, a very large area. I've got bits all the way down here. I've got wings, I've got all sorts of bits here. There's a big lump of steel through there. There's more sheet metal through here. There's a heap of stuff up there. Is that part of an engine up there? That looks like a propeller hub. We'll go up there, have a look down here, but first there's an extremely heavy piece of steel over there, which is unusual. It's very difficult. I just had a slip. It's very difficult going. Look at this piece with all the rivets and the strengthening. And that is a cool piece. There's more down here, and it goes right down this slope. I don't know where to start. That's a large piece there. That piece is 4 meters long, I would say, easily. And look at above there. We've got to get up there. But there's this big heavy chunk. That's a heavy, heavy chunk. Is that part of the plane? It must be. I mean, that's hugely heavy. That is over a centimetre thick of steel. I mean, did they have steel plates behind the seats to protect the pilot? I don't know. Look at this here. Look at that. There was just wreckage everywhere here. I had no idea there was this much wreckage. I thought a lot of it had been flown out. But that is a massive piece, massive. When you're trying your best to make something as lightweight as possible, like an aeroplane, you don't want too many of those in there. I know that some of the planes had steel plates behind the seats to protect the pilots getting shot, because this was a World War II bomber, light bomber. I mean, there's just stuff everywhere, just rusting to bits. It's just corroding into the ground. I've got to get up to the top. I think that's an engine up there. This is a massive big piece here. I'm amazed there's so much here. I've got to get down now another 30 metres at least down to the bottom here. There's a lot of stuff. See here, it looks like there's part of an engine. I think one of the engines has just destroyed itself on impact. I mean, that would have to be an engine part over there. I don't know enough about these things, but it's just sitting there. But that would have to be part of the engine, that big lump of steel there. I'm trying to get down the hill, but it's very steep. It won't look like it on the film, but it is very steep. And oh wow, there's more huge pieces down there. That bracket's got a number on it. Now, have I just found part of one of the turrets? I think I might have. Look at this. This is a big rubberized bit. This bit here. It's rubber. Look at all these lumps on it and these seals. I wonder if that was from a fuel tank or anything. And there's another one right there. Look at this here. Wow, that's a heavy unit. That is a heavy unit. Look at that. Look at that cool grilling. That is cool. And look at this. It's amazing. Here's another one of these rubber flaps. That is a heavy piece there. Look at the work on this. This is one of the tail pieces, I think. The Ventura bomber had an unusual tail with sort of shark fins on it. I reckon that this could be one of those. You can see there's a connecting rod to it as well, steel connecting rod. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what that was. But there's a piece down here I'm excited about. Because on the back of the Ventura bomber was mounted a machine gun turret with twin Browning 50 caliber machine guns. And now that is exciting to find. That's exciting to find that. Unfortunately it's not sitting upright so you can see it, but it's got gears and bits and pieces in it. Because of course it had to rotate and the guns had to go up and down to follow the enemy planes. So I'm going to try and get under it. Yep, just enough room for a person to sit in there. Look at the teeth in the drive motors. Probably this is drive motor, but that's something as well. It's got wires coming out of it. Look at that. It's going to be the turret. There's a heavy ring there. Could be part of the turret. You can see the teeth on the track. It's all just still here. There's stuff everywhere here. I was hoping to metal detect, see if I could find any buried stuff, but I haven't needed to. There is stuff everywhere here, and I'm a bit short of time. Look at that. That is cool. That is cool. That is the caliber machine gun turret. And one of the machine guns was only recovered less than 20 years ago from here. I'll put a photo up of it because it was in the Department of Conservation for a little while, and that's when I first became interested in this site and trying to find out how to get to it. Took me a long time to get here. That is impressive. It would have been amazing to have fired those guns from inside that little space, but probably very scary too. Very scary, because those planes were not that well defended and were quite vulnerable. And they're a fairly big, slow-moving target, I think, for the fighter planes. It's another bit torn to bits. Another fairly good sized piece with inspection holes and bits and pieces. There's more down the bottom there. There's another piece down the bottom. I think that's as far as I can go for now, because I'm short of time and I have to get back. So I have to get moving. I cannot spend too long here on this, but this is amazing. I love that turret. It's a shame it's not sitting upright, but I'm impressed it's still here. Now I've got to try and get up this bank, and that's not going to be easy. Look at that. Bit of heavy plate in the front, probably to protect the gunner from somebody coming directly at you. They would have been pointing straight out this way. Right, well, I'm trying to get up to what I... Oh, jeez. If I don't kill myself. Got to be careful grabbing hold of some of these things that aren't too attached to anything. Got to get up to that engine. If it's the engine up the top, it's a hard climb. I mean, this is, well, it's not cliff. Oh, I'm just about to step through here. Look. There's another piece. It's got an interesting little nozzle coming out of it. I mean, there is literally bits everywhere here. There is little bits and pieces all over. Here's another piece just lying here. It's a piece of steel. Just lying there. I have no idea what that is. I hope some people will be able to offer some suggestions. Here's this big piece. That is a big piece. Right, I'm on a mission to try and get to what I think is the engine. No, I think it's a propeller hub. Oh, there's more up there. I can see another piece up there. Oh, and there's more up there. Wow, how come this is so far away? Oh, look here. Look at that. Another piece of reinforcement just sitting there. There is literally bits and pieces everywhere. I don't know if I can get up there. I think it's too steep. Over here, oh, there's stainless steel. Look at that, a bit of stainless. That is the bit I think I saw that I thought was the engine, but I think it's a propeller hub. I don't know if I can get to it. I have to go down. I can't get across. Oh, poor sight. I'm sorry. I don't mean to do any damage. The aluminium here is really corroding badly, and some of these pieces are just starting to fall to pieces. They really are. It is really starting to return to the ground. Wow, there's heaps more up top. All the way up there. There is stuff. Look at that. Well, this is certainly part of an engine. So this is the propeller hub. They've been chopped off. Somebody's had them as a souvenir, I think. And that's part of the engine. Wow. There's more bits up. Okay, I'm quite above that engine now. There's lots more stuff here. Some real frame again. Oh, this is hard going. And here's another pile. Another pile of crumpled bits. And look, here's another big heavy steel plate. Oh, there's more still above. Oh, it just keeps going on and on. Fine. Look at this stuff crumpled. Some bits of steel. There's two heavy pieces of plate here. Look at that heavy piece of plate. And that heavy piece of plate. I can't imagine what would require. There's look, stainless steel wire here. Stainless steel wire. Hasn't corroded at all. It's done its job. So there's two shaped bits of heavy steel. They have to be for either a major strength part of the plane, like for the landing gear, because, well, the reason I get that impression is I think I'm buying some landing gear, but or for the seats. So I know on a lot of these planes the pilot seats were reinforced with heavy metal plates, because at the end of the day the plane's not going to fly too well if the pilots are dead. And so they did try to protect the pilots by putting on armour plate behind the seats, so that if they were attacked from behind, the bullets would be stopped or whatever by the plates and not go through. Now there's some heavy struts. It almost looks like a shock absorber or something there. I don't know if that's part of the landing gear. It looks a little bit light, but I don't know. Here's another big lump of steel over here. Looks like a motor. Oh yeah, it's a heavy pump or a motor. It's got copper wire all over the top. It's a big motor of some description. A motor or a generator. I don't know. And there's yet another heavy steel plate right here. Oh, there's two of them. Oh, now that's a landing gear. Now I found the landing gear. Yeah, that's a heavy steel plate. Now I'm at the landing gear. There's all sorts of stuff here. Here's another big motor or something here. Yep, it's a motor. It's a big motor there. Look at this wiring. Look at that wiring there going through that stainless steel. I would say that's stainless steel pipe. Or no. I think I'm getting ahead of myself there. I think it's probably aluminium. Another heavy bit of plate there, and this looks like one of the landing struts. one of the landing undercarriage pieces. That looks more like it. And there's the wheel. So wheel hub attachment, wheel attachment. Oh my god, there's more of it up here. It just doesn't stop. There is literally the whole plane here. There's another heavy steel plate. Well, okay, so I think my theory about the seats has gone out the window, although it may have been part of them, but there's definitely other things as well. It's stainless steel. There's another little compressor motor or motor. More stuff there. There's more stuff up the top. I'm going to have to cut it short. So there's bits everywhere. There's just little bits, you know, all over the place. I mean, you turn around, you think you're in the middle of nowhere. There's a piece like that. You go up a bank, there's a little bit like that. There's a heap more up here, just on the side. Just looking around, there's a piece of aluminium. In here, piece of aluminium. Up there, a whole lot of aluminium. Down here, there's all sorts of pieces. There's a whole lot of steel bits here. And some aluminium. Another something here. It's a heavy piece. It's a heavy piece, that. More bits of steel just disappearing into the ground. These pieces embedded in the ground. That's a big lump of steel there. It's right in the ground. Okay, had another slip. Can't go up much further, but there is still more stuff here. This hillside is all rock. You know, it's very, very thin covering of soil, but the plane did not bury itself at all. I can even see bits up the side I haven't been to. And I just don't. The only disappointment really was that it's just another little random piece with a cool catch. Right, put that back where it was. More shaped bits of aluminium. It's been pressed out with all sorts of shapes out of it. Wow, look at that. Oh, there's more bits all around here too. Look at that. This is another big piece. Another big piece of it here. That is pretty cool. Another bit with all the rivets. screws, and look. That is pretty cool. Well, I'm heading out now from a successful mission to find the lost Ventura bomber. Which crash landed in 1946. To go underneath this one, which is a big one. Well, where's the track go here? I've not done myself any favours by getting lost as I did. Look at this log. That is huge. It's a huge log. You can just get in through here. Oh, it's a huge log. I must admit my legs are getting a bit tired. I've still got a long way to go. This downhill is pretty hard on your legs too. Possibly can't see. Look at the pig trotters. The pig trotter marks in there. Pig's been having a good time in that. You can't see how steep downhill this is, but it's a pretty heavy downhill track.